this week was the host of two things: the season closer of Californication, which we actually had seen. We've seen the entire.
We reviewed the premiere episode.
Yes, along with Saving Grace, which also ended, which we didn't talk about. But there were similarities between Saving Grace and Hank Moody.
Both of them were about hard drinking, hard loving people trying to get their lives back on track.
Right, and also this week is the 5th season premiere of a show on FX called Nip Tuck.
Nip Tuck, about the high-powered world of plastic surgery.
Yes, and apparently they for 4 seasons they were in Miami.
Based in Miami, right?
And this season they're based in California.
Okay. So they've made the Laverne and Shirley move. You know what this means? Shark jump. Shark jump.
Well, to see if they've actually jumped the shark, I've asked the world's greatest, the Nip Tuck fan,
yes,
Vicky, to give us her review of Nip Tuck.
Okay.
And is this the world's greatest Nip Tuck fan?
Yes.
Okay. She's showing a lot of enthusiasm here. Thank you very much for joining us on John and Dave's Pop Culture America.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay, now you saw the season premiere of the 5th season premiere of Nip Tuck was on this week, and what did you think of it?
I liked it. I thought it was very funny, actually. Most of the shows I've liked because they're very, they kind of are a little bit funny, but they're there's a lot of drama in them, but there's a lot of comedy in this one. I also like the fact that in all of the previous 5, Christian was, the big doctor who, had all of the opportunities and all of the women, and everybody faced everything on him. And this season, they kind of turned that around a little bit, where Christian is now in the back line, and Sean is the one that everybody wants to see, and everybody is it's kind of switched roles a little bit.
And now Christian is played by Julian McMahon,
yes,
and Sean is played by
Dylan Walsh.
Dylan Walsh. Okay. And now I heard that Miss Nip Tuck, that the last 2 seasons of Nip Tuck, they've kind of they've lost their way. The first 2 seasons were good. The last 2 seasons were, and they've had stalkers or murderers, or they've had serial killers on the run here.
The Carver.
That's right. Do you agree with that assessment, or do you disagree?
No, I actually liked all the seasons.
Okay. That's why she's the world's greatest Nip Tuck fan.
That's right.
I actually did like the idea of the Carver. I think it got a little too drawn out towards the end, and they could have, cut it a little short. Or
well, they did actually. He was the Carver, so she was the Carver actually.
But
spoiler alert.
I don't.
But I did like the idea of the Carver, and last year was just a little bizarre. They had a lot of very strange episodes on there. There were a couple that I didn't necessarily like or think that were necessary to be put into the show. Kind of turned me off a little bit, but for the most part, I've still pretty much liked the show.
Now, Vicky, world's greatest Nip Tuck fan. I've not seen much of this show. Most of what I've seen have been clips on the Soup, and that means that I got to see the Rosie O'Donnell appearance, which I found very disturbing. Is that indicative of the show, or was that sort of an aberration?
Which one did you see?
I saw the one that included some intimate relations with Julia.
Sex with Christian and Rosie O'Donnell character.
That was the first one.
How many times have they had sex?
No. Just once.
And please phrase your answer in the form of a question.
No, the first one, yeah, you know what? It's not always like that.
Okay.
Actually, she was on 2 episodes, and the second episode she was on was actually one of my favorite episodes for the season.
Okay.
Doesn't she go lesbo on that one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Does she go what?
Lesbo. It's an adjective when somebody turns into a lesbian. When someone goes from straight to lesbian.
I see.
And then you had to know.
No. The second one she was on was actually, like I said, one of my favorite episodes. It kind of consisted of just some funny Yeah, it was one of my favorites. That's all I have to say. I don't want to spoil it if you don't, ever go see it. So.
Now, do you think that the new milieu for the show in Los Angeles is helping, hurting, or anything?
I think it'll help.
Okay.
I think, I like the whole idea that they're doing like they're consultants on a TV show.
Right.
A Nip Tuck show, kind of. A Nip Tuck.
Kind of. It's called Hearts and Scalpels. And
totally different.
But it was kind of funny because one of the scenes in the show was Christian and Sean were actually watching one of the shows to see if they wanted to consult on the show, and the gentleman who plays the lead in that show was very over and beyond. He would, if somebody was dying, he starts screaming, "So they're dying! Get the crash carts!" and just like over dramatized everything that he did. And the two of them were watching the show, going, "Oh my gosh, this is so horrible!" Like it was just really funny. And then, they went on to help the show to make it look more realistic and more like a better show. So I think it's actually really good. I like the whole idea of it. It does seem a little bit funnier than it has been in the past, which I think brings a little bit new light to it. They're all still messed up the way they have been.
Now explain to me messed up, because I have had to persevere through 4 seasons of Nip Tuck. The first season, the first season was nice. The second season was actually good. There were some comedic bits. These are very, by the way, very sad people, as was in Californication, but these were very sad. None of these people were like people that you wanted to hang around with. I mean, even Sean, who is supposed to be the good guy on this show, has his faults. I mean, he has affairs, and nobody is. This is like medical TV show noir. So,
but see, I also think that
a little dark comedy thrown in. It
is, and you know what? I agree with they're kind of messed up people, but also I think it brings a little bit more realistic into it. A lot of the TV shows that we watch on regular TV is we all have problems, but it's a happy day at the end, and this kind of brings a little bit more normalcy into it. People do mess up. People are human. People can make an issue and rectify it. So I think that this brings a little bit more reality to some issues that could be going on. Yes, some of them are far-fetched and ridiculous, but I kind of like the fact that it's not hey, you know what, everything's messed up, and then at the end of the day, everything's okay. Because I'm kind of tired of those, fake, TV shows that just make everything seem like life is perfect.
Like the Darjeeling Limited, actually. So.
There you go.
Well, Nip Tuck fan, we appreciate it. John, do you have any questions for?
Thank you very much, World's Greatest Nip Tuck fan.
World's Greatest Nip Tuck fan. And please, you know what? When the season closer, and I think this is actually a full season. Isn't this like 22 episodes? I think FX has ordered.
It is. It's the biggest season that they've had.
Yes. It's not a limited season like the 13 episodes usually. So,
right.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you very much for your review, and we appreciate the World's Greatest Nip Tuck fan on John and Dave's Pop Culture.
Okay,
apparently, Dog has decided to chime in there. So,
all right, bye-bye.
But thank you very much. Bye-bye.